guys, let's get this straight. Want to welcome everybody to Tuesday night's car show here on Corvettes 918. Want to thank you guys for hitting that play button. And before I get started in this week's vlog, or the car show vlog here, guys, I just want to say, number one, a huge thank you to each and every one of you. You know, this channel just over the last, I think it was yesterday, surpassed the 5,000 member mark. And, you know, Scott, thanks. I'm glad you made it, brother. Everybody's kind of coming in here. Let me know. This week, guys, I do have to use the Bluetooth mic because last week I got dinged for them playing the music in the background, and YouTube didn't like that, so they made me take last week's video down. So hopefully we don't have that problem this week. But guys, again, I want to say again, it's you guys who make this channel, not me. I just kind of hold cameras and take videos, but you guys getting on the channel, hitting the thumbs up, dropping comments. YouTube loves to share those type of videos, and you guys have done an amazing job for this channel over the last 6 months. I mean, we had barely 1,000 people in here back in February, and now we're over 5,000, and it's growing leaps and bounds. So again, that's because of you guys. I will tell everybody who won the shirts. That they already know who won the shirts, but I'll be saying that in this next week's video. I think you guys are going to enjoy the video on Saturday. A little modification to the Z06 makes it look a whole lot better. I think most of you guys will agree. But the title of this week's video is, or this Tuesday's video is, can a Corvette really be a daily driver? And I get that question a lot. And as we're walking around and looking at cars, I'm going to be reading some of your comments, but I'm also going to be kind of touching on that subject today. So here we go. We're going to start walking around. We're going to start off with the black mamba first, of course. But she's got a friend next to her. And she's a sweet looking friend. So I'm gonna let you guys see her right here. Flip this camera around. D. Henry, appreciate you stopping by today. Where's that little icon at? There. All right, guys. You guys are back on the gimbal this week, so I'm not gonna. Here we go. The black mamba. She's looking good. Some of you guys may know what has been done to her by looking at her. Some may not. Kevin, thanks for stopping in. There she is. Look at, this is one of the guys in my vet club. He's got a ZR1. This is a 2010 ZR1. It's all factory. There's no modifications done to it. He ordered it or got it with all the carbon fiber on top, as you guys can see here. Mr. and Mrs. Watson, thanks for showing up. River Harry, appreciate you stopping by. Of course, it's got the carbon fiber hood up inside of here. I don't know if you guys can see that really well on the cameras or not. Thanks, sir, for... Sorry, you're... Supercharged there. He's got the side skirts down there that are carbon fiber. And again, this is completely stock. He hasn't done anything to it. You know, I like it sometimes, you know, when you have classic cars like this, ZR1, when guys don't do a whole lot to them, you know, they're just kind of the way GM made them. Just a beautiful, beautiful car. ZR1, I like his plate. I agree. Mark, thanks for stopping in tonight. Again, if you guys are brand new to the channel, which over almost 1,000 of you are since 3 weeks ago, every Tuesday night I try to bring you guys out to a car show that is here in my local town and go around and look at not only Corvettes, but also go around and look at the different whatever's out here. Got a Grand Sport here. Mark's car. He's done a lot of things to his. Put the Stinger on it. Actually, he's looking to get a Z06. And this is, let's see what he's selling this thing for. It's got 36,880, and he's selling it for $36,900. giving this car away. I mean, it's in really, really good condition. He takes really good care of his car, which, you know, most of the Corvette guys do. Do you have his telephone number on there? His email address is mark.copeland, C-O-P-L-E-N @cox.net if anybody's interested in that. Always, anytime if I see a Corvette or something out here for sale, I always try to give them a little bit of a plug, just in case there's someone out there looking to maybe buy one. We'll try to stay away from... Can you guys hear me okay? Are you guys hearing that music in the background? I hope not. That's what got me in trouble last week with YouTube. Let's go over here and look, see what we got. Loud and clear. Scott, was you hearing that music? I hope you wasn't. Oh, I don't want the music loud and clear. I don't want that. Because YouTube comes back and says, hey, you can't be playing, or you can't be using other people's music. You can hear some music. Okay, some of you guys are so I'm gonna have to try to stay away from over there. Usually I don't walk over there, but when it's this hot, a lot of guys, any Nissan fans here? Okay, good. Thanks for letting me know. Music's going. You guys happen to see a car maybe that I don't see and you want me to stop by and take a look at it, get a 50th anniversary here. That's a pretty color, kind of like a maroon. C5. Going on, Irvin? Something in. Got some Fords over here. Ford Cobra. It's always cool to look at these older cars. See how far cars have come. Got a Mustang GT, which, hey, you know, I used to have one of these. It was a 2015. Look at that engine on that bad boy. Hey, Kobe, thanks for stopping by the channel. Mark, I like the Cobras. They're sweet cars. You know, most of you guys know I'm not just a Corvette enthusiast. I like cars in general. Thanks for all the likes you guys are giving the channel, the live stream tonight. I appreciate it. Let's see what else we got over here. You know, I always seem to migrate towards Corvettes. I don't know, that's just kind of me, but yes, Peter the Black Mamba, we looked at her a while ago. Boy, look at that white interior on that. Well, if I don't take you back, I know some of you guys, when you see cars like this, it kind of takes you back to when you were a teenager or younger person. It's cool to see these cars. And tonight is extremely hot. So anytime we get a lot of heat like this, it really kind of stifles the amount of people who come out for these shows. As we get closer into the fall, they'll have 300 cars out here. Crank them up windows. Yeah, no, there wasn't no power windows back then. Got the carbon flash down there. Stingray, you know, I have a lot of people, you know, that are, you know, new to Corvettes, or, you know, maybe they're younger and, you know, they hear about Z06s, but this is the staple right here of Corvette, are the Stingrays. You know, they sell more of these cars than any other car. And, you know, I just, you know, for the 2018 models, they've done away with the 18s and 19s, 18s in front and the 19s in the back and everything, and now it's 19 and 20. trying to give these cars a little bit more of a bigger stance on them. Carbon fiber, well, like this right here is carbon flash. Carbon flash is more of just kind of a black material versus, you know, and it's also a very huge difference in price. But the exposed carbon fiber, which there's a couple of cars at the beginning of this video, I showed you one. You know, just to, you know, it's more of an exotic look for me anyway. You know, everybody kind of has their opinions on that. All right, guys, let's walk over. Not a whole lot of Dodges out here today. Usually though, they kind of get over here to the side. Usually there'll be some Hellcats over here. Lukey, thanks for stopping in. I'm gonna read a few of you guys' comments while we're sitting here looking at this SRT here. Mr. Florida guy, thanks. I don't know about you guys, but I like the gimbal a little better. It's not so Yankee. But as you can see, usually these cars are all the way, I mean, they're all the way back there. I mean, they're all over the place. Can't wait for the Demon. I can't wait to see one. You know, again, whether it's a Demon, you know, the Hellcats, whether it's a Scat Pack, whether it's a Daytona, whether you get into the Camaro, you know, all these cars. I mean, Camaro is moving leaps and bounds with the ZL1, the 1LE. You know, there's just a huge push by these manufacturers to create some just amazing cars. And what's so crazy about them is the horsepower war. But not only that, these things are street legal. They allow guys like me and you to get out here behind the wheel, and they're going to trust us that we aren't going to run off and kill ourselves. Let's see, some old Pontiacs over here. When I say old, I like really should say classic things, you know. I wish they weren't playing that music. I'd get over there by those other cars. Camaro. Yeah, they just done a great job on the interior, changing, you know, even the newer ones now with all the Alcantara and the ZL1s, but even the 6th gen cars now are great looking cars on the inside. Yeah, I just have to talk over the music. The only thing is, with me, John, I don't like to talk. My wife would probably disagree with that. But you're right. I guess if I'm over there, I'll just have to definitely talk. Hey, Greg, Mr. Simpson, thanks for stopping in. And I know most of you guys, you know, these live streams, most of you guys see this afterwards. Any C4s? Have not seen any C4s. Again, with the heat, the heat index, I think, is like 103 outside, and it's just hard to get a lot of people out here. I'm going to try to stay cool. We're going to go back over here where the Corvettes are. I know some of you guys are just now coming in and didn't get to see the ZR1 maybe. Got plenty of C5s out here. Got 2 C5s over there, and there was a couple more back there. But for some of you guys that are just now coming in, you know, hey, we always want to look at the ZR1, don't we? You know, last week's video on the ZR1 was, it was amazing how many people have already watched that video. I think it's like over 15,000. but you know, a lot of the feedback was, you know, Chuck, are you going to get rid of the Z06 to get the ZR1? Well, I don't know. It kind of depends on this channel keeps growing like it is. We might end up just having just keep the black mamba and just get a ZR1 to go next to her. What do you guys think about that? Now, wouldn't that be a channel? Wife would have to she would have to drive the Z06. We'd go out and cruise with the Corvette Club, and of course I'd be in the ZR1. His and hers, you're right. You know, my wife doesn't like to drive it, but I told her, I said, if I end up getting the ZR1 and we end up keeping the black mamba, I said, you're gonna have to learn to drive it. Oakmeyer, thanks for stopping by. Michael, again, Southwest Florida guy. Sonic Man, Scott. Happy wife, happy life. There's actually a lady in our Corvette Club that actually has a license plate, because they have a his and hers. She has a Z51, has a Z06, and her plate says happy wife. So that's pretty cool. Here's the carbon fiber. Somebody asked about that earlier. Kind of the difference you can kind of see here versus that other one that was there. I still use an F11. Not for sure what that pertains to. It is hard to keep clean, but would you not say that black, when it is clean, is about as sharp as it gets? But again, guys, if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna flip you guys around here because we're already at 16 minutes, and I try to keep these things as short as I possibly can because I know the people are gonna watch these later on. And I know several of you guys do have, there goes the gimbal. But I know several of you guys do have Corvettes and you daily drive them. If you wouldn't mind, when this video is over and it's done rendering, if you do have a Corvette and you daily drive yours, drop a comment below. You know, a lot of people have asked me again, Chuck, I want to get a Corvette, but you know, I don't have an extra $50,000 or $60,000 to buy a car that I'm only going to drive on the weekends. You know, is it a car that you can really drive to work? Can you drive it to, you know, wherever you want to go? And again, my question is, or my answer to that is yes, but I can't say that because I've never daily driven my car, but I know a lot of you guys have, and would be a great resource for those people wanting to know the answer to that. So if you wouldn't mind going down and dropping a comment on that so they can read that. And guys, I appreciate you stopping by today, and we'll see you next Tuesday at the car show. Hopefully it's not as hot and we got more cars here. And I'll see you Saturday. I got a great video coming out on Saturday, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But guys, until I see you Saturday morning at 9 a.m., I hope each and every one of you guys have a blessed week.